Hello students, how are you? I hope you are doing good. In today's lecture, we'll start a new topic, inheritance. Inheritance is one of the major characteristics of OOPS, that is object-oriented programming structure, and it is also known as reusability. Inheritance word you have listened in our routine life in regular language also. Inheritance means to inherit something from our parents. It can be physical features. You can say that we look like our parents. Somebody's eyes look like her mother, and somebody's height is according to his father. Sometimes our voice matches. A father or son's voice match. So such kind of things are inherited by children from their parents. And there is inheritance of property also. You can say that father gives property to the son, and we can say that this is inherited property or business. Similarly, this real world concept is applied in object oriented programming structure, in which one class inherits the properties of or the members of existing class. This is called inheritance. As we have learned about classes, how to create them, how to use them. Suppose we have already created a class, student, with name, roll number, father name, mother name, these basic personal information. And now I want to store information about their subject marks, total marks. That means another class about examination. One class is of student, which contains its basic information like name, roll number or mobile number. Okay, father name you can also add in that, father name. This is basic class. Now there is another class, let's suppose test, which will include marks of subject 1, subject 2, subject 3 and so on, and then total marks also. So this is basic class which contains the personal information of a student, where test is the derived class which contains the information about marks of the subjects. Now test is inheriting basic features from the student class. That means student's name, roll number, his father name or his mobile number. So which class has already been made can be used by another class without creating these new features all over again. These features will be inherited by the new class automatically. This feature is called inheritance. By doing this, it saves time, energy and exercise, because we have to create everything all over again if we do it in a single class. So it saves time, energy and exercise. Okay. So if we talk about formal definition of inheritance, then it is the ability of a class to reuse or derive properties and characteristics from existing class is called inheritance or reusability. That means using the existing properties and characteristics by the new class. This is called inheritance or reuse of that. That is reusability. Inheritance is one of the most important feature of object-oriented programming. So there are two kinds of classes, derived class and base class. Here I have already created two classes, student and test. So here student is the base class and test is the derived class. In some terminology, base class is also called superclass and the new class is called the subclass. In some languages it is called parent class and this is called child class. Above class is parent, this is child class. So there are various names used in different programming languages. And in C++, we'll use the name base class and derived class. So derived class is the class that inherits properties from another class is called subclass or derived class. For example, this test class. Base class or superclass. The class whose properties are inherited by subclass is called the base class or superclass. That means this student class because its properties are inherited by the test class. So we'll learn these concepts in detail during this chapter. Okay? And now we'll discuss about various types of inheritance. Now we'll discuss various types of inheritance. Inheritance is of 5 types: single inheritance, multiple inheritance, multi-level inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, and hybrid inheritance. So we'll study all these 5 types in detail. So let's move forward. First of all, we'll talk about single inheritance. Single inheritance means there is only one base class and another derived class. So only one to one relation. Such kind of inheritance is called single inheritance. Parent class, superclass or base class, child class, subclass or derived class. These are their respective names. When there is only one base class and another derived class, then this concept is called single inheritance. Next is multiple inheritance, where multiple meaning refers to multiple base classes. Class A, class B, where these are two base classes, and C is the derived class. So we are inheriting features from class A and class B to the class C. So there are two base classes, base class 1, base class 2, and this is derived class. This is known as multiple inheritance. There can be more than 2 or any number of base classes for a single derived class. There is no limit. Here only 2 base classes are shown, but we can have any number of base classes. Next is multi-level inheritance. It is clear from this figure that there are various levels: class A, class B and class C, where class B is inheriting features of class A and class C is inheriting features of class B. That means in class C it is having features of class A also indirectly. Class A features came to class B, then class B's features came to class C, and C will have its own features also. So it will contain features of both of 3 of all A, B and C. This is called base class. First base class for class C is B and B's base class is class A. This is called multi-level inheritance. Next is hierarchical inheritance. Hierarchical means it is like a tree structure where hierarchy is made. There is one root class which is the parent class, and then there are derived classes from that, and further there are more derived classes. This is like a tree structure and this is called hierarchical inheritance. Okay, this is the base class, this is in between, and these are the derived classes. Or you can say that grandparent, parent, and these are children. So it is like a tree. This inheritance is called hierarchical inheritance. And the last one is hybrid inheritance. Hybrid inheritance is the mixture of all above 4 types of inheritance, or you can combine any 2 inheritance, any 3 inheritance, or all 4 inheritance, and then this concept is called hybrid inheritance. So in this diagram we can see that this is hybrid inheritance. It is showing multiple levels 1, 2 and 3. So that means it is representing multi-level inheritance. Then here it is showing Multiple inheritance, because there are two base classes and one derived class. So it is also showing multiple inheritance. And here it is showing multi-level. Due to this structure, here it is showing multiple inheritance. So two kinds of inheritance are here in this hybrid inheritance. Okay. And if this arrow will also be connected, then we can say that this is hierarchical inheritance. If it will be connected, one root, two branches, this can also be termed as hierarchical inheritance if it is connected. So we have learned about basic structure of all 5 types of inheritance, and now we'll learn about this in detail through programming illustrations. See you in the next lecture.